Hello, my name's Ellie. Welcome back to my channel. This one is episode 2 of our Pacific Northwest road trip that I took with my grandmother and my sisters this summer. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, head over to that video on my channel. I'll link it here. In this episode, I'll get into our first few nights in Oregon, passing through Newport, Depoe Bay, having lots of cider at a really great cider place, and also making our way into Portland.
West Grand Street.
Is this it? I can't see.
Yes, it's it. Once we made our way up to Newport from the Northern California coast, we stayed at an Airbnb called Casa Margarita.
Just arrived at night 2 and we have our own garage. How fancy is this?
This place is right by the big bridge in Newport, and I would actually really recommend it. It slept, I think, like 6 people maximum. It was definitely like a family-sized place. We had multiple floors and a great kitchen, so we got there and we had some mimosas and a nice homemade dinner. Welcome back. It's 7 a.m. or something and we are in Newport, Oregon. It's a super sunny day, as you can see. I'm so happy about that. I got up really early this morning and worked a bit on my paper, and we're about to go and have breakfast here, and then we're heading onwards to Portland, and we're gonna stop at some cideries and wineries on the way in wine country. We're driving inland now, so away from the coast, which is not really my favorite, but I guess it'll probably be pretty too. Yesterday we stopped at a bunch of beaches. It was really nice, and Oregon looks exactly how I thought it would, sort of woodsy and mountains and water and trucks everywhere. I don't know, it's just a really nice vibe. I feel like I could really see myself living here. We went to this place called Fishtail Cafe for a diner breakfast. It was good. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but they had some fish themed breakfast thing, which was pretty fun.
Clam fritters.
There were lots of cool old bridges everywhere, and I could have honestly spent like a whole week just driving around Oregon. It was great. Or like even 2 weeks, honestly. Safeway stop.
I doubt it's gonna be. We found yet more kombucha brands, of course, and my favorite brand makes a Reed's one with algae from this area, so I'm trying that. Of course, snacks for later.
Share a few road trip tips in this video. So number 1 is that I always book my accommodation with free cancellation when I'm planning trips like this far in advance. It just makes sure that in case plans on the road trip change or driving times to end up taking longer than you think, you have some leeway to move things around. We did actually change one part of our trip because a friend of ours that lived in the Seattle area invited us to come stay at her place, so we had to cancel the Airbnb or the booking hotel that we were going to stay at. So I think this is just a key thing to always remember. The second point is to use blogs for helping you plan your itinerary. So what I usually tend to do is I look at Google Maps and I map out where I want to go more generally, and then I'll type in 3 days in Portland travel blog itinerary. Look at individual travel bloggers' blogs to see how many days I think I need in a place and what there is to do and what area is best to stay in. And using these individual itinerary blogs really helps you zero in on good things to do, and you can just save yourself a lot of time and hassle by just adjusting somebody's itinerary to match yours. My third tip that I thought I'd mention here is how I do the calculation of the driving times. So in general, for each stop that I planned this whole road trip ahead, so I decided where we would stop each night, and I did this based on what was between like A and B, which is sleeping places, and like the driving time that takes from A to B. In general, I would say for us, anything that was more than a 4-hour drive in total felt like a driving day where you're like kind of driving all day. Between 1 and 3 hours felt like you were driving some, but it wasn't crazy, and like less than an hour up to an hour and a half or so feels like quote no driving. And I would of course recommend like don't plan too many of the first type of days. Like if you have a really long driving day, which we had the day before this, for example, was in a 5.5-hour driving day, the next day was only 2.5 hours. So make things take turns like that so you don't feel like you're hurried and like always in the car on the road trip.
30% of the baby whales are eaten by the orcas. Now they also eat dolphins and other whales and seals and sea lions. Right now we have baby seals. I wish they would get that. The Keith Albert has a thing that shows.
What do I want now? I mean, I don't like it that much. Maybe I don't want any. I'll try a peach.
It was out for.
So which one do you think I'll take?
They might find root beer interesting.
Yeah, I think they find it really good.
It's worth a watch if you ever, have 10 minutes and
3 lattes and a cappuccino.
And also,
The cappuccino also dark roast.
thank you. Oh yeah, I've been using this side.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So if you want to go back to using that side, it's totally there. So, all latte, cappuccino type things here.
Where are you going? Car. Nowhere? I mean to the car? Baby seals. Little globifiers. Oh, they're so cute. They're colorful. I mean, there's a small inlet. I think maybe that's what they mean. Oh yeah, that's huge.
We've been literally telling everybody about Flaky Bark. We're the Flaky Bark evangelists.
I like it.
Do you know of anybody in the States that
Thanks so much for following along our road trip vlogs. I hope you're enjoying this series, and if you are, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, whoever you are, wherever you are. Bye!